Do zombie movies still have something new to say, or are we just watching the same survival story over and over again? 28 Years Later is a movie that honestly takes a while to get going. For me, it wasn't until the last hour that the film really started to become interesting. The first half had moments and scenes that feel like they're building towards something, but some of them never really pay off, and that's a problem, especially in horror and action films. If you introduce characters or ideas, there should be a purpose and a conclusion to them. That said, there were some ideas in this film that I actually liked. Not the alpha infected concept that's been done plenty of times before and doesn't really feel fresh anymore. I'm talking about the character of the Doctor, played by Ray Fiennes, was one of the more interesting part of the film. The way he lives, the way he survives, and the way the movie slowly reveals who he really is, that added something different to the world. Another element I appreciated was the way the film explored the theme of death. Not just death caused by infected, but death as a consistent reality in this world. The characters are trying to live normal lives in a world that has changed, but can't escape to what the world was before. That perspective felt more thoughtful than what we usually see in zombie movies, and it was probably the part that impressed me the most. I also like the slow burn relationship between the mother and the son. That emotional buildup really helped the climax land better and gave the story some weight when it mattered most. What's interesting though is that this movie does a decent job explaining its world to the point where you don't really need the previous two films to understand what's happening in a way that works in its favor, but it also says something about how little the earlier movies end up mattering. Overall, I think 28 Years Later is better than the previous two films. It's still another zombie movie and it still falls into some of the same traps of focusing more on survival than deep character arcs, but I do give it credit for trying to bring stronger themes and emotional moments. Samurai Reviews gives 28 Years Later a 6 out of 10. It's an above average film, not one I strongly recommend, but one that has enough interesting ideas to make it worth a watch if you're a fan of the genre. This is Samurai Reviews, cutting through the noise of modern cinema and giving you honest takes. I'll see you in the next review.